Today, I am inviting you to flow with me this morning. I've been feeling very intuitive in my practice, so my practice has been following kind of a vinyasa style flow, but I've also been incorporating breath work, 4 to 8 breath work. So on my Instagram a couple days ago, Kanisha Lachey from Soul Smile, and I did a live talk called Release to Receive. And in that, we talked about the breath work, the 4 to 8. That's on Instagram if you want to check that out. But right now, we're going to do some intuitive yoga, something gentle for the morning. It might warm up a little bit. I just did this flow and it felt so good that I wanted to do it again and share it with you. So let's make our way over to our mat and start with some breathing. Also, shout out to my big sister for making these shirts. Mind your own business. It's the perfect blend of like yogi and hood for me. Mind your own business. So let's start with that 4 to 8 breath I just talked about, bringing a hand to the heart and a hand to the belly. Let's exhale fully and inhale for 4. Exhale for 8. Inhale for 4. Exhale 8. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 8. All right, let's move on to all fours. Intuitively, I've been feeling the need to release my lower back. So everything for this sequence is going to be about the lower back. So we're going to move into some other muscles because everything's connected, but that is our focus. So let's come into a child's pose, coming onto our hands and knees, bringing your knees as wide as the mat, toes together, and then walk your hands forward, drop the forehead down. We can relax here. We can also press our palms into the mat just a little bit to create a deep stretch in the shoulders, as well as relaxing the hips down and getting our lower back. So let's do that breath we just did. A count of 4 on the inhale, 8 on the exhale. So let's begin. I'm going to be up here. Actually, I'll be here for you all. Let's inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take another inhale for 4. And exhale for 8. Another inhale for 4. And exhale 8. Let's inhale, come up to all fours. And we're going to move through cat-cow with our own breath. So if you've done yoga before, you might have heard the guide, your yoga teacher, say, the breath is the fuel. So we want our natural breath to be flowing through our body, and we're going to sync up our movements to that breath. So as my body is ready to exhale, I'm going to round my spine. As it's ready to inhale, I'm going to drop the heart and tilt the hips up. Notice I'm keeping a long line from the top of my head to the bottom of my tailbone. That's important to keep the back in alignment. So let's move through that, moving intuitively with your breath. Let's try it, maybe 2 more cycles of breath. Focusing on the lower spine when we round and when we arch. All right, come back to a neutral spine. This time we're going to look left and right, and we're going to tilt our hips when we do that as well. So first let's start to the left just because I'm looking at you all. So starting to the left, I'm going to tilt my head and also tilt my hips, really opening up the right side of my body, my lungs, and the spine. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Tilt all the way. Other side, and let's bring back our 4-8 breath. So we inhale and exhale for 8. Let your inhale for 4 guide you through to the next side. And exhale for 8. Alright, coming back to neutral, let's come down, or let's bring our left hand to the center. Right arm goes up, take a twist. Exhale, bring the arm through for a spinal twist. We take this top arm and bring it up overhead, or you can keep it here. Let's inhale for 4. Exhale for 8. Making sure our weight is even on our knees. We're not falling to one side or the other. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 8. Let's bring our hand back to the center and press up, and do the same thing on the other side. All right, slowly press yourself up, back to all fours. Tuck the toes and send the hips up and back for our first down dog. Bend one knee and then the other, opening up space in the calf muscles, because everything's connected. Like I said, intuitively I'm moving to open up my lower back, and with that intention in mind, these are the movements that are coming out of it. But a lot of times when our legs feel tight, that can also be pulling on our lower back. So let's pedal the feet out. One more cycle of breath. And then let's slowly walk to the top of the mat. And roll up to standing. Arms come up overhead. And exhale, bringing the hands down. Okay, so we still want to focus on our lower back, but we don't want to move so fast that we are losing focus, that we're losing our sense of presence. A big thing in my self-healing journey right now has been surrendering and receiving the present. So taking a moment, because my mind is already rushing ahead of this is the next move, this is the next move, but I really want to take a moment to just be here. And remember that I'm doing this intuitively to feel what's going on in my body. And I could already feel the change of the weather that I've experienced going from Puerto Rico back to the States has been affecting like my respiratory system and congestion. And I'm starting to feel so much more space this morning from doing this practice. So I want to take us through one sun salutation, but it's going to be slow, and it's going to focus on our stretching. Okay, so let's stand at the top of the mat, feet together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, let's fold. And let's take a 4 to 8 breath in this fold. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 8. From here, allow your body to inhale. Slowly step back into a push-up position, full plank. We're going to be here for an inhale of 4 and lower down for 8. So let's inhale. And try to exhale slowly, elbows in for 8. All the way down. That might have been a lot for your arms, but we're only going to do that this one time. Let's inhale, draw the chest up. Try to bring our belly button off the floor, just the hips, pressing into the palms, pressing into the hands, activating the glutes and the lower back just a little bit. So we're creating a little bit of strength for protection here. And exhale, release. Inhale, come up to all fours. Gentle, intuitive this morning. Tuck the toes, send the hips back or up and back to our down dog, okay? So that's all of the sun salutation we're gonna do just to warm ourselves up a little bit. Now let's inhale, raise the right leg up, and bring the knee up and through for a low lunge. Try your best. Drop that back heel down. So what I want to focus on for the lower back is tucking the tailbone under. Many of us have done lunges before, but a nice little tweak, nice little advanced tweak is to, instead of arching your back here, to round the spine, because that opens up this deep muscle in our hip. And you might not feel it here. You might have to come up onto balancing one knee and then tuck your tailbone under like you're trying to create a C with your lower back. You're rounding out. And that should create more of an opener here. All right, let's come down, extend the right leg just for a little bit of opposition. Let's take a 4-8 breath here. And exhale. Inhale to come forward back into a lunge, and we'll go back into our plank. Let's take another 4-8. I know we said we wouldn't do one, but let's do another one. Inhale for 4, and exhale, lower for 8. Inhale, bring the chest up. And actually from here, let's exhale to all fours. Send the hips up and back, down dog again. Lift the left leg this time. Bring the knee through, low lunge on the left side. So same thing. Find that tuck in the lower back. In for 4, out for 8. Activate your breath. Extend the left leg. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 8. And let's inhale, coming forward back to a low lunge. Stepping through back to plank. This time, we're just going to bring our right knee in and turn the leg so we can sit down into pigeon. And if you'd like to come down to the elbows or stretch out further, you're welcome to. The intention is just to activate that right glute. Because if we're opening up the lower back, the hips are connected, the glutes are connected, the legs are connected. So we want to also warm up and open up the spaces around the lower back. I've been really inspired to do my practice almost like 5 mornings in a row, and I can feel a difference. Day 5, I've been doing a series of like these pigeon postures and a little bit of everything we've already done intuitively this morning. But there's so much more space, and I feel so much better in my body than I did even 5 days ago. All right, let's switch sides. Slowly come up to all fours. We're going to transition back through our plank for a little activating the core. This time the left knee comes in. Turn the knee out and come down onto that foot. Or excuse me, come down onto your hip. And if you'd like to go down to your elbows, you're welcome to. This is feeling good for me. Inhale for 4, exhale for 8. Let's take that one more breath. Inhale for 4. And exhale for 8. All right, to come out of it, slowly bring your hips down to the left side and swivel your legs around. This is the last thing that I want to do before we sign off. So coming down to our spines, coming down to your back. Tuck your knees into the chest and just make circles with the knees. Nice big circles around to the right. Try to sync up the circles with your breath as you exhale. Draw your knees in. As you inhale, send the knees long, or send the knees away from you. Switch directions. Last one. Roll over to one side, press yourself up, back to a seat. And we'll get close and end in some breath work. A nice 4 to 8. Yeah. You can bring a hand to your heart and your belly, or not. Let's inhale for 4. Exhale for 8. Inhale for 4. Exhale 8. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 8. Let your breathing return to normal. And let's give ourselves an internal massage by humming. So we're going to inhale deeply and exhale and hum. But we're also going to cover our ears. So if you watched the part 1 intuitive yoga yesterday, actually the day before that, if you watched Release to Receive with Kanisha from Soul Smile and I on Sunday, this is what we did. That was my first time experiencing this, and it felt like a massage for the whole inside of my body. All of my organs felt massaged. So we're going to inhale, close our ears, exhale and hum. Let's do that one more time. Inhale deeply. Plug your ears. Exhale, release with a hum. Let's bring our hands to our heart and give ourselves thanks for showing up, for choosing to move intuitively today, for opening up our lower back, and for spending quality time with ourselves. And with that, we bring our hands to our forehead and bow ourselves out of our session. Peace. Thank you so much for being here, for tapping in with me for some intuitive yoga this morning. If you want to practice more, I do have more yoga on YouTube. That's in the link in my bio on TikTok. But also on YouTube, it's Nucultur, and that's N-U, culture. There's no E at the end of culture. So Nucultur, you can find that on YouTube. The link is also in my bio, so hopefully we can do some more lives and practice a little bit more. And message me if there's anything you're feeling in your body or anything like you want to see or want to stretch more. Let me know. Maybe we can bring it here to the platform. Yeah? Peace, y'all. Thank you, loves. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all so much.